Okay, so there have been some questions about how to get started, and I know that in lecture I just kind of rushed through it a little bit. So let's go back and talk about what's going to happen. And so in this quick write up, it's just a quick little set up ideas of where I start off with what I want to do. Boom, under, down. So this was something that I was doing when I was learning 3ds Max and learning how to build up things. This is a set piece, and like I said, it comes from a story, and it comes from a background idea of a character's residing in this area, and this is where he gets swept up into the actual action of the film. And I want to go through this from a position where somebody doesn't actually know how to draw or doesn't enjoy drawing. And so we don't have to actually draw anything. But I want to go through what my mindset was when I went through the process of building those images. And it just starts off with a basic influence right off the bat. Typically, what I have my students do is write down a simple sentence that will help launch a Google search, and that's really what we're going to be going over. So Blade Runner was a major influence, and we discussed Dune and a story about some seafaring captain. I think that's actually F-R-E. Captain Hook, Captain something. Who knows? It's on a boat. So they're in the desert on a boat. Really doesn't really go together very well, but that's okay. We can actually have it futuristic Dune, and instead of actually seafaring, they could actually ride desert ships or something like that. But let's just say that's the sentence, and you can already tell my brain is already heading somewhere else with it. So right now I've got a Blade Runner meets Dune. So what I'm going to do now is open up a new tab. But let's start off with Blade Runner. And like I said, I saw this movie when I was a kid. It's one of my favorite films. And I'm not locking myself into it. But when I see something I like, I'm going to grab this image. And there's two things I'll do. One, I'll either open up in a new tab, and that'll just pop it in here. I just right click and open new tab. And there it is. I can look at it later. And that's a real big image. That's a real good find. I'll probably either copy and paste it like in the PowerPoint like we did in the discussion, or I can save it. Let's go ahead and save it since it's big. And I'm going to put it into a folder that goes with the project that I'm doing. So this is our class. So I've got ACC 3D1. And I've got a final folder already set up. And what I'm going to do here is create a new folder and just call it research. Now, if you really are going to be careful about what you're doing and where you're getting things from, you want to be sure that you track. I'm going to name it 001, Blade Runner 001. I'm not really going to sort it too crazy, but at least the name tells me what it is. But when you're looking things up and you find an image, it's, and if you're going to actually write some kind of paper or you want to give credit to somebody, you want to make sure that you cite your sources. That's not important for our little project here, but track who you got the images from, give them the nod and respect that they deserve. I think that's the fair shake you can do. All right, so here's a new one. This is from the new Blade Runner, and it's the poster, trailer, image, whatever. Let's look at that. I like this one because I am going to be in the desert. So let's open that up in a tab and take a look at it. Big again. Sweet. Save image as. Oh, it's okay. So that's a WebMP, so it's not going to be a real good save. So what I'm going to do here is to use my snipping tool. Hit new. It's going to go dark. Give me a little pop up. I'm just going to left click, drag. Sweet. It's going to pop up here. I'm going to hit save. I'm going to go find my Blue Sky PDF. Okay, there's the intro. That's from the other thing. Let's do final, research, and Blade Runner 2. I think the other one was a GIF or a JPEG, so we can just go ahead and start a brand new setup here. JPEG, boom. Might have been a PNG, who knows. And then I'll keep going down the line until I find some more stuff that's inspiring me. Now, the thing about it is that it may take me into different areas that bring up different inspirations. And that's exactly what you want to do. You want to separate yourself from the explicit thing you're looking for and see if you can build upon it and see if you can expand upon your ideas. So let's open that up in a new tab. I like this scene. Save image as. So if we have a night scene, make it kind of sandy. That could be really cool. So ACC 31 final research. It's a WebMP again, so we'll just go ahead and repeat that and copy. And new splat. And here I may actually do it again because I don't need the whole thing. Really, what I'm after is like that. Cool. I don't know what this is. A street scene, of course. So let's go ahead and just say street. Night neon. Dot underscore 01. So that way, if I if I see something like this that's similar but different, and I want to save it, I can just repeat the naming, and it'll give me a good solid concept of what is in the image. So if I go down here, now here's a neat trick if you're not used to Googling. I was here. I don't know where'd that come from. I think I got it from there, so I can close that. It's in. But that one wasn't that one. Is it that one? Let's say that that's the image search we like. I'm going to middle click that button, and it's going to take this tab and give me other images to search. And I could probably do that a couple times over. Maybe not. But now I can look at some concept art. I'm looking for things that are just inspiring what I want to build. Like, that's beautiful. There we go. I like this color scheme and its future and its yellow and brown, which is going to be more what I want to do instead of the actual rainy blue. So let's go ahead and snap that bad boy. Snap. There we go. Hit the right button, I'll get there. Sweet. Boop. Bam. So now I got some ideas that are sci-fi, that are photographic reference of the real world, and then concept art that matches it, but it's a little bit different. So that's a street scene, night neon, and I'm going to say, yeah, just hit 2. Because it has all the same elements, so it's fine. Tall stuff, that's kind of cool. Here's another idea. This is all actual real stuff. I like this architecture, so let's nab it. And I do this for just about every project, whether it's for myself or for my clients. And I want to get a sense of imagery, motion, movement, anything that'll inspire either my clients to say build it, or me to say I know what you want, I know what you think you want, I think I know what we want, let's think if we want this. I like that, that's cool too. So next thing I'm thinking about, if I want to expand my search, is go to Dune. So I did some Blade Runner, I got some ideas. Let's do Dune. Let's do sets. Cool. This was one of the first things I saw, and I love this image. Let's take a new tab. It's not big. Save image as. We're gonna go Dune wall art. Oh, hit save. I like that image though. And soon you're going to have all these tabs, and you can go back real quick. And this is why I keep them as tabs. I can go back and look at them and say, all right, if I look at this, I see this kind of architecture, and I saw some cool stuff in here with the Dune stuff like that. I'm going to middle click that dude and open up a new tab. Now there's some cool things in here that are fun. I don't think I'm going to get into the details of an interior at this particular stage. I just want to get a sense of architectural structure to detail. This stuff is beautiful, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to take a long ass time to do it. That's the newer one. I like the throne. So let's say that we found something here, like this throne. Let's say we want to build that throne. What I'm going to do is make that something important. So here, let me go ahead and do a new one. And I'm going to this is going to be a good segue. I'm going to keep doing these searches until I find stuff. And I'll do the search the entire project probably. Just once or twice, kind of review some ideas. Look how it compares. Chair. Now I've got a POI, a point of interest. 1. Cool. I'm going to talk about that. Now, let's talk about the project at hand. Let me do something real quick.